ancient city of Atlantis was a highly advanced technological Anunnaki metropolis of marvels that graced our world a staggering 12,000 years in the past. They had electricity, power of flight, lightsabers as weapons, and quantum rejuvenation chambers that can revitalize your cells in your body, making you live for thousands of years, while also transferring your consciousness to another avatar body, while your original body rejuvenates. This is where the mythology gets it, stories of gods able to come down and become like men, but not are of men. Picture a time when the pyramids of Egypt were yet to pierce the sky, when the city of Atlantis reigned with a technicolor brilliance that set it apart as a beacon of unfathomable technological and spiritual advancement. These Anunnaki beings, neither gods nor mortals, cast their imprint across time through the non-elemental artifacts they left behind on this planet. Beneath the ocean's depths, archaeological marvels rest, silent echoes of lost Atlantis' grandeur. Ancient Egyptian heliographs whisper secrets of this legendary city, while global myths and ancient maps echo in chorus. While Egypt's sands lay undisturbed, Atlantis thrived with a quantum energy source that eclipsed even the most modern power inventions of today. Many ancient theorists would call this source an example of the Ark of the Covenant, a kind of quantum power generator, an otherworldly technology from a planet called Nibiru. The globe itself bore witness to the city of Atlantis' dominion of ingenuity, where Anunnaki beings and mortal men harmoniously coexisted, a fusion of giants and mortals entwined in a civilization that was at once terrestrial and celestial. Enki, a prince from the distant planet Nibiru, was standing as the revered king of Atlantis, god of water due to his impeccable technological weapon, the famous trident. This also connects him to Greek myths as the god Poseidon and a myriad of names in other myths as well. He presided over a society that was 1,000,000 years ahead in technological prowess and universal wisdom that was finally given to man and to all who asked, propelling the boundaries of human understanding into the outer realms of possibility. Journey back to the 2,300 years ago, to the reverberating echoes of a visit by Solon, an ancient Greek sage to the Egyptian temple of Cis. As he unraveled the whispers of ages past, the temple priests unveiled a saga of a city born 9,000 years before, characterized by technological marvels that danced on the edge of magic. Atlantis, cradled between the pillars of Hercules and the Atlantic Ocean's embrace, which is between modern-day Spain and Morocco, was the great city located. The city in ancient maps unfolds as a masterpiece of geography. Vast plains sprawl across its southern expanse, stretching over 345 miles, while mountains rise majestically to the north. An island of concentric rings emerges, alternating between land and water, with a regal palace at its heart, dedicated to the god Enki, also known as Poseidon. The Atlanteans, brilliant engineers, wove a fabric of innovation. Bridges spanned chasms, canals carved pathways, and baths brimmed with the healing embrace of hot and cold springs. Their mastery extended deep into the earth, where coveted metals called orichalcum, a radiant enigma rock that was not of the earth, painted the colors of the sea surrounding it. Atlantis also expanded on many different planes of the globe, and not just one city. Yet, like all rises of great and powerful cities, they have a fall. Some children of men who learned the universe's ancient mysteries and magic science from Atlantis began to use their new knowledge for darkness, channeling lower astral demons from other dimensions who can only enter our worlds through the use of blood and sacrifice. These demons entered into the world and crawled into the shadows of Atlantis. They also experimented with DNA by giving men the heads of animals and animals the bodies of men. The Dark Brothers did all their bidding to the evils and darkness. Unfortunately, Ereshkigal, the eldest daughter of Enki, was the leader and sorceress of the Dark Brothers, embodying all darkness in her soul to gain power over the earth and the galaxies far beyond. Amidst the gleaming spires and labyrinth streets, a beacon of hope arose. Princess Iana, the middle daughter of Enki, learned of her sister's transgressions. Possessing both the wisdom of her lineage of Atlantis and the ocean's grace, She became a guardian against the sinister grasp of the Dark Brothers of Magic and her sister Ereshkigal the Sorceress. This now Dark Brotherhood of the Sorceress, veiled in enigma, coveted the Atlanteans' dominion over technology, intertwining it with nefarious necromancy. Their ambition sought dominion over reality itself. Kiana, resolute in her mission to thwart these malevolent designs. Armed with her father's trident, she embarked on a perilous quest into what is known in Greek, Egyptian, and Sumerian myth as the underworld, diving into abyssal depths, confronting shadows and conjured tempests. Her journey unfolded as a tapestry of elemental clashes of good and evil, fire and water, light and darkness, a testament to her unyielding spirit. In a climactic encounter, Kiana faced the Dark Brothers in an underwater underworld-like sanctuary. Elemental forces clashed, illuminating the deep with lightning's fury and shadow's dance. Kiana's trident shimmered as a beacon of light, extinguishing the Dark Brothers and shredded their souls into pieces. However, ancient spells tipped the scales. Ereshkigal sent incantations so strong and used quantum technological weapons against her sister, killing her instantly. Kiana fell, her life force ensnared. News of Kiana's sacrifice reached her father, Enki, the harbinger of wisdom and magic. Grief-stricken, he took her into a rejuvenation chamber and revived her back to life. Ereshkigal by then was nowhere to be found and is believed to escape. Knowing the wisdom of the universe's power can be used so easily for evil and darkness, he wanted all of Atlantis to be discarded and its sacred secrets and technology with it. Using his technological trident, he summoned cataclysmic waters just like the Great Flood of Noah, and the waters began consuming and sinking all of Atlantis, erasing it from the annals of time. Only the Temple of Unal remained, a sentinel in the submerged ruins. Atlantis, enigma and brilliance slipped into the mists of history, along with the nefarious designs of the Dark Brothers and Dark Sister Ereshkigal. Amidst the remnants, Enki beckoned his beloved son, Ningisdida, who is also known as Thoth of Egyptian mythology, god of wisdom and writing. The darkness that his half-sister brought shall never happen again. The secrets and teachings of Atlantis must become sacred and only taught to chosen men of light. It was the job of Thoth to safekeep the records of Atlantis, knowledge and wisdom of the universe, and to restart a new civilization on Earth. With his cosmic crew of Atlanteans, he embarked on a voyage upward into Earth atmosphere and descended to an ancient desert land called Kem, which is known today as modern-day Egypt. There him and his Atlantean crew of multiple different races and planets would teach man and re-kick a high civilization all over the world. It was on the land of Kem, Thoth used highly advanced technology and knowledge of the stars to create and build the Great Pyramid of Giza. Using it as a power source and generator for ancient Kem, this was the plan his father, the Master of Wisdom, told him, that the sons of men of Egypt will inherit this land they create. In this passage and chapter of the Emerald Tablets written by Thoth himself, Thoth gives a descriptive event of his arrival from his spaceship onto the ancient land of Kem. Page 17 reads, "Fast we fled toward the sun of the morning, until beneath us lay the land of the children of Kem. Raging they came with cudgels and spears lifted in anger, seeking to slay and utterly destroy the sons of Atlantis. Then raised I my staff, and directed a ray of vibration, striking them still in their tracks as the fragments of stone of the mountain. Then spoke I to them in words calm and peaceful, telling them of the might of Atlantis, saying we were children of the sun and its messengers. Cowed I them by my display of magic science, until at my feet they groveled, until I released them." In this passage, Thoth encounters the angry barbarians and halt them with his staff of technology, freezing them. Like his father Enki, he was not a killer or a masquerader pretending to be God, but only told them the truth on how him and his crew were messengers of light. Thoth became ruler and king of Kem and reigned for 1600 years ago, according to the Emerald Tablets. Thoth also claimed to have transferred his consciousness into avatars in the halls of Amenti, which are the rejuvenation chambers they are finding deep in the Great Pyramid of Giza today. While his original body was rejuvenating for 100 years, he would walk around as a man, but unlike men, forever incarnating into different avatars influencing men, teaching of the light within them. Thoth has had many incarnations, and one of them he is known as Hermes and the teacher of the Hermetic principles. Page 18 of the Emerald Tablets reads, "Long dwelt we in the land of Chem, long and yet long again, until obeying the commands of the Master, who while sleeping yet lives eternally, I sent from me the sons of Atlantis, sent them in many directions, that from the womb of time wisdom might rise again in her children. Long time dwelt I in the land of Chem, doing great works by the wisdom within me. Upward grew into the light of knowledge the children of Chem, watered by the rains of my wisdom. Blasted I then a path to Amenti, so that I might retain my powers, living from age to age a son of Atlantis, keeping the wisdom, preserving the records. Great grew the sons of Chem, conquering the people around them, growing slowly upwards in soul force. Through these descriptions that are written and ascribed by Thoth himself, he brings his plans of him and father into fruition, bringing the sacred knowledge of Atlantis to the men of Chem, which is ancient Egypt. While building the pyramids, he appointed his most trusted priests to safeguard his records and writings for a time in the future, to be taught in what would be known as the ancient Egyptian mystery schools. In this school, you had to be chosen and initiated by the high priests of Thoth themselves throughout generations. Only those of light being and high vibrations could become an initiate to this school. Egyptian Mystery School would teach all esoteric knowledge from sacred spirituality, wisdom of the universe, and a magical science that was taught to the priests by Thoth himself. Interestingly, the Egyptian mystery schools would initiate King Solomon and Jesus Christ of Nazareth, also known as Yeshua. Another passage from the Emerald Tablets of Thoth that undeniably proves Atlantis as a once existing city is page 16, which reads, "Chosen was I from the sons of men, taught by the dweller, so that his purposes might be fulfilled, purposes yet unborn in the womb of time. Long ages I dwelt in the temple, learning ever and yet ever more wisdom, until I too approached the light emitted from the great fire. Taught me he, the path to Amenti, the underworld where the great king sits upon his throne of might. Deep I bowed in homage before the lords of life and the lords of death, receiving as my gift the key of life. Free was I of the halls of Amenti, bound not by death to the circle of life. Far to the stars I journeyed until space and time became as naught. Then, having drunk deep of the cup of wisdom, I looked into the hearts of men, and there found I greater mysteries and was glad, for only in the search for truth could my soul be stilled and the flame within be quenched. Down through the ages I lived, seeing those around me taste of the cup of death and return again in the light of life. Gradually from the kingdoms of Atlantis, past waves of consciousness that had been one with me, only to be replaced by spawn of a lower star. The echoes of Atlantis still resonate in his words through the ages, carried by the winds of Egyptian priests and the whispers of Sumerian myth. Emerald Tablets are written Anunnaki testimony to a technological era far beyond its time, an era woven into our ancient ancestry by the Atlanteans, architects of humanity's dawn. Embrace this saga, woven from the threads of sacrifice and courage, darkness and light, despair and hope of a new beginning. A reminder that in the heart of the universe's mysteries, humanity stands poised for a resurgence, guided not by aliens who masqueraded as gods, but by the boundless potential that resides within each one of us. Thoth, the Atlantean priest king, is describing seeking all wisdom of the universe to the point he channeled the elders of cycles in front of him. These elders of cycles are under the creator and are protectors of the realms, and also control mankind reincarnation cycles and life reviews once deceased. In our next video, we will be touching on the pyramid wars between the royal family feuds of Thoth and his evil dark brother Marduk. If you like